Hello guys, welcome to Med Corner, a captivating podcast dedicated to exploring the vast world and ever-evolving world of medicine and health. I'm Dr. Yahweh, and with me is my guy, my colleague, and my very good friend, Dr. Augsburg. Augsburg, what's up?
I'm good. I'm Dr. Habila Augsburg. Some people like to call me Oxy. Some time back, we talked about sexual health. We debunked a lot of myths and misconceptions. And today we are going to be talking about safe sexual practices. Talking about sex. Why does sex have to be safe, Dr. Yahweh?
I mean, sex has to be safe because that's the right thing to do. Okay, that might be on the lighter note. But beyond that, there are a lot of reasons that and every individual should practice safe sex. Yeah, because there are a number of them, and one of it is that for like an overall well-being of an individual, yes, you should practice, or an individual should practice safe sex. Psychologically, just helps everything be in sync. Secondly, to prevent sexually transmitted diseases, we did a lot about demystifying some of those wrong informations. So to prevent it, sex has to also be safe. Yes, and then these sexually transmitted infections, some of them have long-term consequences, and for a few of them, it is life for life. So just a few minutes of pleasure should not be enough to have like a lifetime consequences.
So unwanted pregnancies.
Exactly. Yes, unwanted pregnancies. Also another reason why sex, we as individuals and everyone should practice safe sex. So that's just the proper thing to do. So avoid lots of problems, because the problems are numerous, from the medical, psychological, socially, a lot of
even financially
also. Yes, exactly. Look at the economy, not just in our country, but worldwide. A lot of countries going into recession, inflation, and all that. So you don't want to get something you're not ready for. So sexual practices need to be safe.
So there are a lot of practices, and we're going to be talking about a few. We can start with the commonest one, which is the barrier methods. Everyone is used to.
Exactly. So by barrier methods, just to be clear, barrier methods, there are different aspects to it, different components to it. That's where the condoms come into place. Diaphragms, something called diaphragms. There's this other one, I can't really remember now, but
Female condom?
No, not the female condom. Dental dams. Okay. Yes, dental dams. I think something like that. Okay. Yes, but male condoms, female condoms, there's something called the diaphragm that is used by females, also just like a female condom, but it's inserted high up. Yes, not just down. So barrier methods generally are I think they are the safest forms of contraception, and then this is because they not just prevent unwanted pregnancies, but they also prevent sexually transmitted infections. We talked about them not being 100% and all that, but I feel like it's the best we have so far. So even though it's not 100%, it's the most available right now. It's the best we have. So. Condoms, barrier methods, we cannot dispose of them.
A lot of people think when you talk about barrier methods, it's solely the guy's responsibility.
It's not, and then I think that
a lot of people have never even seen like a female condom.
Yes, I don't blame them, because around here, I'm not sure I'm not sure if you walk to 20 pharmacies, you'll see 2, and so it's not readily available, but. We as health workers, as medical practitioners, we are beginning to advocate that female condoms should be made readily available. Not just that it's one of the barrier methods, but there's something about female empowerment, and the world is getting into that's fair, that females should have the chance to decide. I think it's like empowering them, that okay, this is a decision I'm making, and I should be the one to carry this. So it's part of female empowerment, and it's very important also. So barrier methods should be up there for safe practices. Both unwanted pregnancies, sexually transmitted infection cannot be overemphasized, guys.
In line with barrier methods, I think communication also plays a role. Because I feel when two people together are open and honest about like their sexual desires, practices or styles that they are interested in and stuff, communication has a way of like opening all those dark areas and promoting these.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Communication should be high up there too for sexual practices to be safe. Yeah, but I also noticed around here in the African society, no, we're not usually open about things like this. If you see two partners, I mean, it's just like everybody just has something at the back of their mind, but they don't talk about it.
It's such an irony that someone you exchange fluids with,
you're not open in it. So people should be more open about things like that. You communicate. Honesty is very important. Yes. And then if it's not faithful, if you're not being faithful, if you're having an open relationship, you also should be honest about it. Say, okay, this is what we are doing. Let everybody be sure about that, because it's very important. And just as you said, sexual preferences, should it be on the couch or on the bed? Should the lights on and off? These are all things that,
I mean, because we are talking about safe sexual practices, and like for let me just use this example. People are so open to like the cowboy or cowgirl. The cowgirl or reverse cowgirl. What I'm trying to say is that sexual position is it has a higher chance of like giving the guy a penile fracture, because like the angle and stuff, and we need to promote the sex to be safe.
Yes, exactly. So even though we're talking about communication and preferences and all, just as you said, it's very important. You mentioned penile fracture. I'm sure a lot of people are like, okay, is it possible? Is the penile gland a bone? Can there be a fracture? Yes, it's very possible. And in my practice, in my little practice, I've seen a number of them that the penile gland fractures. I mean, and it cannot. They are. Don't go into the details of anatomy now, but there are some tissues, some erectile tissues in the penile gland, and if this is not during this whole sexual contact, the whole rigorous activity, yes, and if it's not done properly, there can be like a break, like putting a weight on something abruptly. There can be a break. It's a serious issue. The person has to go into surgery. So even though we're advocating for communications, trying different style preferences and all, we're also warning against a few of them, like you said, reverse cowgirl and...
Why are you acting like you don't know this?
I don't know. I think you're the expert here. Anyways, I think that those reverse styles are very common to cause those penile fractures. So guys, you should also be careful out there. Also be careful out there. Very, very, very important.
Talking about faithfulness, having multiple sexual partners increases your chances of getting STI and also giving your partner. So people generally have to be faithful, because like if you want to win a lottery, I mean, you have to buy, instead of buying, if you buy one ticket and another person buys like 10 tickets, the person that buys 10 tickets has a higher chance of winning the lottery.
Okay, so what is the lottery?
The STI is the lottery.
No, please don't say that. STI is it's not nature, but I mean, multiple sexual partners is not safe sex. So people should desist from it or be open about it in your relationships. So, but just to be also clear, multiple sexual partners just means greater than one sexual partner. Some people say maybe it's
less than 5.
No, greater than one is multiple sexual partners. So we should be careful out there. It's not safe sex also. In addition to, I mean, these practices, to the limiting of those illicit drugs and alcohol should also be somewhere on this list, and encouraging practices of safe sexual contact. Yes, also
when people are under this substance, like it impairs their judgment, so you tend to make wrong decisions, like when you're under in the influence of alcohol or other substance.
Yes. Apart from that, this alcohol, some of these other drugs, in quotes, they have direct effect on the body. Some of them, some research have found that there's some associations with infertility, both in males and in females. Yes. So apart from infertility, a lot of other, maybe not related to the sexual organs now, but a lot of other organs in the body, they affect this organ, and this in turn affect the overall well-being and affects the individual as a whole. So limit these drugs, guys. Limit smoking, some of these very illicit drugs, alcohol, and the rest. In moderate quantities, okay, not even, but I mean, get my point. But those drugs should be limited for safe sex. Yeah.
And we can also talk about the need for frequent screening of STIs, and then also getting vaccinations and stuff.
Exactly. One of the myths that we talked about, if I remember clearly, one of the myths was that some people tend to think that sexual screenings for STDs is for those who sleep around, in quotes. That's wrong. It's not for those who sleep around, in quotes.
As long as you're sexually active.
Yeah, exactly. It should be done routinely. At least, I think, around 3 months. Every 3 months, people should go to see their doctors, go to the hospitals to carry out these checks. So it's not for those who you feel maybe they are more active than another. No, there are a lot of ways that these things can come, and it's better to be safe. Yeah. So this is also very important.
And the vaccination is also very important because they would prevent all those long-term complications, like the hepatitis B is preventable, cervical cancer is preventable. I mean, if you get the human papilloma virus
vaccine. Yeah. I also think around here, it's not so, I mean, the publicity of this is people don't know that they can get vaccinated. I think recently there was a program that was rolled out for ladies, girls particularly aged, I think 13 to 17 or above that, slightly above that, for and for HPV vaccines, and it was free for them.
In Nigeria?
Yes, in Nigeria. It's a recent program that was rolled out. However, people outside these ages can still get the vaccines. It might not be free, but they can still get the vaccine. So there are some vaccines available for some of this disease. Hepatitis B, for example, it has its vaccines, and it's readily available every 3 doses. You get it, and it can protect you for a very long time. For some people, it protects them for life. So very readily available, very cheap. Can go and get.
I mean, it makes sense that if you have like an STI, that if you have then you have it for the rest of your life. It makes sense that if you don't have it, you should get the vaccine and just protect yourself from it, for life.
Exactly. So for some of them, because not all of them that have this vaccine. So for some of them that have the vaccine, go get the vaccine. And then for the others that don't have, you keep. That's where you imbibe the other some of these other things we've talked about, the barrier methods and all that, because not all of them have vaccines. So it's also very important. Another practice that just came to me. It's use of contraception. I know we talked about barrier methods, but barrier methods are not the only means for contraception. There are a whole lot of them. It's a different world. Again, maybe if our viewers, if our people are interested, we can bring it up. Yes, just let us know. Yes, we'd also talk about it, but it's a whole lot of another word entirely. There are the injectables, the intrauterine devices, head of implants. Those different, and then prevent pregnancies, large extent. Some of them very, very, very high, above 90%, and also unwanted. We talked about unwanted pregnancy. So contraception is a solution to that also. Do you have any other?
From the safest sexual practice.
Okay, well,
abstinence.
Okay, abstinence.
Yeah, because prevention obviously is better than cure.
Okay, so
you don't agree with me.
So, I mean, I agree with you. Where everything, I mean, if abstinence should be, I don't think it should be on top. I think it should even be the first thing.
Yeah.
It's better safe than sorry. Say, but if you must, then the other factors now, yes, come into play. So, guys, as we would always say, the balance. You know, growing up, prevention is better than cure.
Print it on a shirt.
Okay. Yeah. So it's far better. And then don't allow a few minutes of pleasure. A few minutes of pleasure can like it can have a lot of some longest consequences, lifelong for some people, very very long time. So.
I mean, even if those few minutes, you've already been involved in those few minutes, you could take care of yourself. You can seek help. There are ways where these STDs are managed and people live very normal lives. So seek help when you need to.
Yes, and then I know we're trying to round up, but I just remembered something, and I feel like we should talk about it very, very briefly. In preventing pregnancies, there's a drug that is usually abused by a lot of people, but it's the females that take it, and then the post pills, Postinor 2 particularly. Postinor 2 in medicine is an emergency contraceptive. So by emergency contraceptive, what that means is that when there is like an emergency and then there was an exchange, cases of rape or burst barrier method, burst condoms, and it just happened.
So some people feel like after every coitus,
after every sexual contact, no, it shouldn't be like that. If something happens once, twice, yes, you can say, okay, that was an emergency. But by the time it's getting to like 4, 5, is this still an emergency? No.
Recurrent emergency.
No. So that's no longer a mistake. Yeah. So there are there are better contraceptives, better pills, and that they are safer, but not Postinor 2. So let's take note of that. So you have any else?
Yeah, prevention is better than cure.
All right. So I'm sure you did learn a lot of things. Let us know in comments what you think, and then if you have any questions, also let us know. So until next time, see you.
See ya. And if you have any particular topics you want clarification on, leave a comment and then we'll try to discuss it.